Christian Gottfried Ehrenberg, German naturalist, zoologist, comparative anatomist, geologist, and microscopist, was one of the most famous and productive scientists of his time. Early collections. The son of a judge, Christian Gottfried Ehrenberg was born in Delitzsch, near Leipzig. He first studied theology at the University of Leipzig, then medicine and natural sciences in Berlin, and became a friend of the famous explorer Alexander von Humboldt. In 1818, he completed his doctoral dissertation on fungi, Sylvie mycologicae berylliensis. In 1820–1825, on a scientific expedition to the Middle East with his friend Wilhelm Hemperich, he collected thousands of specimens of plants and animals. He investigated parts of Egypt, the Libyan desert, the Nile Valley, and the northern coasts of the Red Sea, where he made a special study of the corals. Subsequently, parts of Syria, Arabia, and Abyssinia were examined. Some results of these travels and of the important collections that had been made were reported on by Humboldt in 1826. While in Sudan, he designed the mansion of the local governor of Dongola, Aberdeen Bay. After his return, Ehrenberg published several papers on insects and corals and 2 volumes Symboli Physicae, in which many particulars of the mammals, birds, insects, etc., were made public. Other observations were communicated to scientific societies. Focus on microscopic organisms. Ehrenberg was appointed professor of medicine at Berlin University in 1827. In 1829, he accompanied Humboldt through eastern Russia to the Chinese frontier. After his return, he began to concentrate his studies on microscopic organisms, which until then had not been systematically studied. For nearly 30 years, Ehrenberg examined samples of water, soil, sediment, blowing dust and rock, and described thousands of new species, among them well-known flagellates such as Euglena, ciliates such as Paramecium aurelia and Paramecium caudatum, and many fossils. In nearly 400 scientific publications, he was particularly interested in a unicellular group of protists called diatoms, but he also studied and named many species of radiolaria, foraminifera, and dinoflagellates. These researches had an important bearing on some of the infusorial earths used for polishing and other economic purposes. They added, moreover, largely to our knowledge of the microorganisms of certain geological formations, especially of the chalk, and of the marine and freshwater accumulations. Until Ehrenberg took up the study, it was not known that considerable masses of rock were composed of minute forms of animals or plants. He also demonstrated that the phosphorescence of the sea was due to organisms. He was a member of the Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences from 1836 and a foreign member of the Royal Society of London from 1837. In 1839, he won the Wollaston Medal, the highest award granted by the Geological Society of London. He continued until late in life to investigate the microscopic organisms of the deep sea and of various geological formations. He died in Berlin on the 27th of June 1876. Legacy. After his death in 1876, his collections of microscopic organisms were deposited in the Museum für Naturkunde at the University of Berlin. The Ehrenberg collection includes 40,000 microscope preparations, 5,000 raw samples, 3,000 pencil and ink drawings, and nearly 1,000 letters of correspondence. His collection of scorpions and other arachnids from the Middle East is also held in the Berlin Museum. He was also the first winner of the Leeuwenhoek Medal in 1877. In his hometown, Delitzsch, the highest A-level school, the Ehrenberg Gymnasium, is named after him. The best student of the school year receives the Ehrenberg Prize and a scholarship. Ehrenberg Island in the Svalbard archipelago is named after Ehrenberg. Publications: Ehrenberg, C.G. Naturgeschichtliche Reisen durch Nordafrika und Westasien in den Jahren 1820 bis 1825 von 3. W. F. Hemprich und 3. C.G. Ehrenberg. Historischer Fall. Ernst Siegfried Mittler, Berlin. Ehrenberg, C.G. Symboli Physici, Species. Christian Gottfried Ehrenberg. Symboli Physici. Ehrenberg, C.G. Vorträge der Akademie der Wissenschaften zu Berlin im Jahre 1830–1836. Band 1. Organisation, Systematik und Geographisches Verhältnis der Infusionstheorien. Berlin. Gedruckt in Druckerei der Königlichen Akademie der Wissenschaften, 1830. Die Geographische Verbreitung der Infusionstheorien in Nordafrika und Westasien. Beobachtet auf Hemprich und Ehrenbergs Reisen. S1–20. Betrachtung zur Kenntnis der Organisation der Infusorien und ihrer geographischen Verbreitung, besonders in Sibirien. S21–108. Band 2. Zur Erkenntnis der Organisation in der Richtung des kleinsten Raumes. Berlin. Gedruckt in Druckerei der Königlichen Akademie der Wissenschaften, 1832–1836. Über die Entwicklung und Lebensdauer der Infusionstheorie nebst fernen Beiträgen zu einer Vergleichung ihrer organischen Systeme, 1831. S. 1–154. Dritter Beitrag zur Erkenntnis großer Organisation in der Richtung des kleinsten Raumes, S. 145–336. Zusatz zur Erkenntnis großer organischer Ausbildung in den kleinsten tierischen Organismen, 1835. S. 151–180. Ehrenberg, C.G. Die Kalefon des Roten Meers und der Organismus der Medusen der Ostsee. Abhandlungen der Königlichen Akademie der Wissenschaften zu Berlin, p. 181–260, with fold-out between p. 260–261. Ehrenberg, C.G. Die Infusionstheorien als vollkommen Organismen. 2 vols, Leipzig. Ehrenberg, C.G. Recherches sur l'organisation des animaux infusoires. J.B. Bailliac, Paris. Ehrenberg, C.G. Das größere Infusorienwerke. Königliche Preußische Akademie der Wissenschaften zu Berlin Bericht 198–219. Ehrenberg, C.G. Verbreitung und Einfluss des mikroskopischen Lebens in Süd- und Nordamerika. Königliche Akademie der Wissenschaften zu Berlin Physikalische Abhandlungen 1841–291–446. Gravenhorst, J. L.C. Naturgeschichte der Infusionstheorien nach Ehrenbergs Großbeta M. Werke über diese Tier. Verlag und Druck von Graz, Barth und Comp. Breslau. Ehrenberg, C.G. Über eigentümlich auf den Bäumen des Urwalds in Südamerika zahlreich lebend mikroskopisch oft kieselschallige Organismen. Königliche Akademie der Wissenschaften zu Berlin Nonitzba, 213–220. Ehrenberg, C.G. Microgeology. 2 vols, Leipzig. Ehrenberg, C.G. Fortsetzung der mikrogeologischen Studien. Abhandlungen der Königlichen Akademie der Wissenschaft. Berlin. The Ehrenberg Collection. Available at Museum für Naturkunde, Humboldt Universität. See also